here. Please take what resonates and leave what doesn't. Collective. And right now, I'm talking to somebody who may have had to learn to trust their discernment more. Somebody who may have learned to tap into their intuition more. Somebody who may have learned to let go and trust their divine wisdom, whomever I'm talking to, I see once upon a time you were a very codependent person yourself. You were even attracting codependent uh, situations in your life. You may have even attracted people who may wanted to who use you, take from you. They wanted to gain out of you. Either way, either whether it's monetarily, emotionally, psychologically, but then even with your labor, you may have had people who wanted to take from you. I feel it was because you were carrying this codependent energy whereby you were overextending yourself, you were people pleasing, you may have also wanted validations from others. I feel you may have had to learn to let go of such emotions and heal yourself. With you learning to trust in your divine wisdom, you may have had to heal yourself from a lot. You may have had to sit down and do a lot of shadow work. Whomever I'm talking to, you may have even went through the dark night of the soul. Whereby you had to trust more in divine timing. You had to trust more in source. You had to trust more in the universe. Even trusting more in your intuition. You may have also been somebody who was once upon a time walking around with doubt, shame, and insecurities. I feel you may have also let all that go because those are codependent emotions. You may have had to let go of such emotions, and learn to trust more in yourself. Yeah, you may have people saying that you are too sensitive. You may have people saying that you are an overthinker. You like to politicize things. You blow things out of proportion, especially when you're expressing yourself. That's because they didn't want to understand where you were coming from, because they were very much gaining from your vulnerability. They were gaining from you overextending yourself. I feel since you've let go, since you've surrendered, since you've released yourself from such emotions, since you've healed yourself, you are now more playful. You are now more youthful. Even I feel you may have also even um, healed your inner child. Hence you are now even vibrating on the higher frequency. Yeah, right now I see you expanding, you focusing more on your growth. You may be overseeing new opportunities for yourself. You come off as somebody who's very much driven to succeed. You come off as somebody who's very much ambitious. You may be having this um you may be a fast thinker. You may be having this direct communication as well. I see you making big and difficult decisions for yourself. You not wanting to avoiding to feel trapped. You not wanting to feel trapped. I feel you avoiding anything that may be like delaying or pulling you back. I see whomever I'm talking to, you may be feeling disappointed in people whom you were once there for, people whom you may have expected support from them. People whom you may have gave, nurtured, and they didn't return the favor. You may have maybe wanted that to happen, but then they didn't know how to handle you. Those people right now, they are very much in grief. I'm telling you, they are very much disappointed in themselves. They are, you know, as they are watching you, following your heart, and being publicly recognized, whereby they didn't give you any support. I feel whomever I'm talking to, you may have worked hard to get here. You may have worked hard on your progress. You may have invested on your progress. Yeah, you come off as a go-getter. Somebody who's very much confident and courageous in whatever things that you are doing. You have this zest for life. Yeah, whomever I'm talking to, you are somebody who's very much loving themselves. You are somebody who's always wanting to bring balance to yourself. You may have certain values, that you are living your life with. You may have had to work on your alignment as well. Yeah, there's big transformations here for you. Big transformations are here for you. Endings and new beginnings. Out with the old, in with the new. Yeah, these people can see you've transitioned. They are watching you transitioning in real time, just in front of their face. It's like whatever they may have wished upon you is actually not happening. In fact, it's like it has backfired. All those nasty bad and things that they wished upon you, they are more like happening to them. Yeah, they are watching you having this wishful, this emotional fulfillment. You may be happy with yourself. These people didn't even want things to work out for you and your family. They didn't want you to be in any type of harmony. These maybe have been people that may have said that you love to fight. They may have painted your image or your reputation to be somebody who's hard to work with. Yeah, I see you've withdrawn yourself. You've left behind a lot of things that are not working out for you. Yeah, patiently working, patiently moving forward. Things may be slowly progressing for you. That's because you are somebody who's very much responsible. You are very much responsible. You exude this abundant energy about you. you know yeah, it's more like you are creating new opportunities for yourself. You are creating new opportunities for yourself. Yep, there is so much of a visionary. You have this big picture that you are going after. It's more like you can overcome challenges with ease. That's what these people are watching you. Yep, with your intuition being here, that's how they are watching you. You may be a divine feminine. You have this secret knowledge. You may be somebody who knows a lot of hidden truths, hidden information. Yeah, let's see one more clarification and close that up. Yeah, grasp the feather of hope, a delicate symbol of upward promises and uplifting future. I see you are very much lighter now. Since you've healed yourself, you are very much lighter, and it shows. You are like you've planted seeds as well. I feel since you followed your creativity, since you became more in your purpose, into something that you love, since you took your power. Yeah, it's more like you've planted this seeds of potential. You are doing things for yourself. You are more creative. Yeah, continue being honest with yourself, and because it helps you, live your life fully, because you are more truthful to yourself, to who you are. Yes, you may be resurrecting right now. Yeah, living this new life of yours. Recovering from you. Yeah, recovering from a comeback. This is more like your comeback season. This is more like your comeback season. These people are asking themselves, what did they do? Right now, that's all they are thinking. What have we done? Because they see you are going, you are moving forward, you are growing, and with ease, lighter. Nothing is actually tainting your spirit. With you leaving them behind, is like actually you've released and surrendered to the highest, to your higher self, to the divine being. You've released their negativity. You've released